What is going on, you guys? What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and it is another episode of Philly's Morning Joe. I see people already in the chat, man. Shout out to y'all. We're gonna get into this, man. We got a lot to talk about today, man. Tomorrow, the Philadelphia Eagles obviously take on the Minnesota Vikings. It's going to be an interesting one. Tomorrow, we are going to have One Bar on from the One Bar and Leppagus show. He's gonna call in, give us a little bit of information on this Minnesota Vikings team. I mean, look, they lost to the Buccaneers, so it feels like the Eagles should be able to go out there and dominate and win, right? Because nobody really thinks that the Buccaneers are going to be that good this year. But if we don't, we're going to have to hear that the Buccaneers beat them. How did we not beat them? So it is a little bit worrisome for me. I mean, like, the Vikings have a very good offense. Obviously, that defense isn't that great, but look, I've seen crazier things happen. I've, heard crazier things happen, and I'm not going to just sit here and rest on my laurels and say we're going to go out there and dominate this team, because this is a NFL team. This is a good team, and we're going to have to go out there and put up a fight. So we'll see what happens. I'm confident in my team that they have put the work in to get out there and fix the mistakes that they were supposed to, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about Brian Johnson kind of eating crow, kind of being honest about his offense and what happened and the messiness that was his offense, and we'll get into that. We'll get into the injury updates. Obviously, there's a lot of guys that are kind of beat up, man. We already know about some guys. We already know, obviously, about Nakobe Dean. It's looking like Reed Blankenship might be a little banged up as well. It looks like Fletcher Cox might be banged up as well. Looks like Kenny Gainwell is banged up as well. And then obviously we most likely, I want to have a little glimmer of hope that we might get Bradbury back, but it's not looking good. So we're going to hop into this, man, and we're going to start with injuries, unfortunately. We're going to start with the bad news first, all right? So this is per Derek Gunn. Derek Gunn said Fletcher Cox and Kenneth Gainwell are both dealing with rib injuries. Cox should be good to go for Thursday night versus Minnesota, while Gainwell remains a wait-and-see issue. The first week of the new NFL season has taken its toll on a number of teams. He ain't never lied, man. Hey, look, what's going on, Lala? I see you. He ain't never lied. Look, you got the win, so you're happy about that. There's a lot of teams out there that lost, didn't have any injuries, and it's like, I don't know which one I'd rather have right now. But at the end of the day, we got the dub, and we have a couple of injuries we got to deal with. Now, Kenny Gainwell, if he is not a go, it's going to be very interesting to see if we go ahead and bring up Rashad Penny. Obviously, last game he wasn't active. So is this the time that we now get to see Rashad Penny? It should be interesting. It should be fun, right? If we can get back to a rotation, I think that this offense will definitely benefit from it. I didn't really like seeing Kenny Gainwell getting all those snaps. I mean, he did well. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and act like he, is trash and but you have a stable of running backs. I think it's smart to use them. I think it's very smart to use them. And before I forget, we already got 6 votes on it, but be sure to vote on the poll in the comments. We have who wins Thursday. I better see a whole lot of Eagles in that, but we'll see what happens there. At the end of the day, look, if Kenny Gainwell cannot go, I expect to see a heavy dosage of DeAndre Swift, and honestly, that might be for the best. That might honestly be for the best. What's going on, Solo Eagles fans? Said, am I the only diehard fan who was surprised about Evans starting at safety? You're not. I was definitely surprised. I talked about that yesterday. I was shocked. I mean, I was on One Bar and Leppagus yesterday talking about the Eagles versus the Vikings game, and he was somebody I continuously brought up because I feel like he's our weakest link right now, and whether that's fair or not, obviously it's only one game. We'll see what happens this game, but I think that he is our weakest link right now, so we have to see what happens there, and hopefully we have an answer. Hopefully it was just communication errors. Excuse me. Hopefully it was communication errors, and hopefully that's reconciled. Hopefully we can figure that out, because we can't go through this season with Justin Evans being the weakest link, especially when your linebackers are trying to figure everything out on the fly, right? So what's going on, man? My beautiful girl right there. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We got 15 people in the chat. I know that Nick Sirianni is live right now, so I'm sure there's a lot of people right now watching that, which I have no problem with. I totally get it. I will be watching that right after this. But at the end of the day, look, these injuries definitely hurt, and Fletcher Cox may be a little less than, Kenny Gainwell, or, if Reed Blankenship. If Reed Blankenship is out, that's a huge loss. I mean, Bradbury by himself is a huge loss. But if we do not have Reed Blankenship, I'm not sure how I feel about this game. Not to the extent that I feel like we're going to lose it, but to the extent that I'm not going to put money on it. I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen if we don't have Reed Blankenship. I feel like he was really the glue to that defense. Obviously, Christian Ellis is going to be getting the start this week with Nakobe Dean down. So you got a new guy really giving the calling plays on defense. You got a new guy with a green dot, new quarterback of the defense. So it's going to be interesting to see how all that works out. But what's going on, Willie? What's going on? I see you. We got people scrolling in now. We got people strolling on in. I appreciate y'all. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe on your way in and on your way out. If you ain't got time to stay the whole time, I totally get it. You know what I mean? People got things to do. My mic cut out. My bad. Can y'all hear me now? All right. So, yeah, I don't know what the heck just happened to my mic, but it happened. So we're good now. We're good now. But no, look, I hopefully you guys heard most of what I said. But look, Milton Williams is a guy that I think is really, really starting to take off. I'm really excited to see what he's doing. And look, Jalen Carter, again, I'm going to say this because I don't want people thinking I'm just, sitting here be like, oh, Jalen Carter's all right. Jalen Carter's a dog. Jalen Carter's going to be, I really think he might be generational. If we can really just groom what he is as a pass rusher, as a person, continue to make him grow as a person, and mature, I think we got a generational talent. So him and Milton Williams, and then obviously Jordan Davis. It would have been funny if he had one of the fastest get-offs. I'm not going to lie, because he's so damn big. But we are good on the interior defensive line, and this goes back to what I was saying yesterday with the whole draft and everything. I was saying that going into this draft, you have the opportunity to worry about your linebackers, worry about your safeties, stuff that you don't really look at as valuable, especially in drafts. You have a little bit more luxury. Now, we have 2 second-round picks, right? So it gives you even more luxury. So I'm excited for this. I think that, whether or not we have Fletcher Cox, and I'm hoping we do. I do hope that we have Fletcher Cox, obviously. The more the merrier, right? More dogs you got, the safer you probably feel in the hood. That's how I felt, at least. But at the end of the day, I think that these guys are going crazy. And one thing I want to bring up, I didn't, bring up the actual graphic of it, but shout out to my guy, Fran Duffy. We'll probably have him call in one of these mornings. But Fran Duffy was told, one of the fans basically tweeted at him and was like, he thinks that Fletcher Cox is getting a bunch of energy and motivation from these young guys. And Fran Duffy straight up said that he thinks it's the opposite. He thinks that it's the other way around. He thinks that the young guys are getting the energy and getting the motivation from Fletcher Cox. So I think it's a beautiful thing. Look, if Fletcher can't play, even if Fletcher can play, let's go there. Even if Fletcher does play, I think that Jalen Carter especially, but Milton Williams as well, has deserved some more reps. They definitely deserve some more reps. Fletcher Cox played a lot of reps. He played very well. Played very well on Sunday, but at the end of the day, I think that it's time to let some of these young dogs go out there and bark a little bit. Go out there, bark and bite a little bit. Solo Eagles Dad says, yeah, I think Gainwell dinged up will be a blessing in disguise to lean on Swift more. I think it needs to happen. You never want to see people get hurt, obviously, but I think that this is what we need. We need to see the full team in action, and I think that, a couple guys getting banged up might allow that. What's going on, Daniel? KJ says, does anyone have faith in Job? I do. I have total faith in Job. I mean, I really think we have some really good cornerbacks. We got some really good young cornerbacks. I have faith in Job. I have faith in Mario Goodrich if he has to go in there to the slot. I have faith in Eli Ricks. I think that we really do. And realistically, if Zach McPherson was still on this roster, I'd have some faith in him. I don't think he was trash. I think that he was getting better. And I know a lot of people looked at that last game that he played in. He was getting picked on, and he was definitely getting picked on, but he held his own. I mean, I really did feel like he held his own. So, hey, look, I feel good about all these cornerbacks. I truly do. And that's why I continuously say you're in a luxury position. You don't. Yes, you can draft a cornerback next year. If there's a guy in the first or second round that you're like, oh, this guy's a beast, go ahead and do it. I'm not mad at it. But you have so many guys on this roster right now, youth-wise, that you don't necessarily have to. You're in a good spot. You're in a good spot. Are you kind of a little nervous about tomorrow night? Yeah, I mean, not nervous in the sense that we're going to lose the game, just nervous and like, what's the product going to be? Like, I don't want to see us continuously have to scrape by. Like, I don't want to be the Vikings of last year, right? Like last year, the Vikings just continuously scraped by on 6-point games and stuff like that. I don't think it's sustainable. I don't think what we did week 1 was sustainable, but I don't think what a lot of teams did in the NFL was sustainable for week 1. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. It really is going to be interesting to see what happens because we can't do anything. Us as fans, we made our voices heard in the offseason. Now it's up to these coaches and the staff to put the right players out there. So I'm hoping that we see way more Jalen Carter. I'm hoping we see a little bit more Milton. I'm hoping we see more DeAndre Swift, and hey, who knows? Maybe we see some Rashad Penny at all, right? Maybe we see any of him at all. How do you feel about our linebacker room? Alvin, I feel like that's how I feel. Like our linebacker room is very I'm not comfortable with our linebacker room. You don't have a guy. You don't have that one guy that you're like last year you had TJ Edwards that you knew he was going to make tackles. He was going to make plays. He wasn't the best, linebacker in the world, but he made plays and he was all over the field for you. And then you had a guy like Kyron Johnson Kaiser White, that you knew was a little bit better in pass coverage, was kind of getting beat up throughout the year. But at the end of the day, you knew he was good, right? I don't feel comfortable with any of these guys. We're going to be seeing Christian Ellis. Christian Ellis had a good, preseason. And then when I was watching the film, he didn't really do that good in the game. I was I was wrong. One of you guys told me in the comments that I was wrong about Christian Ellis, and you were right. I was definitely wrong because he did not look that good in his regular season debut. But obviously it was one game. It's the first game. He had to go in there cold. Maybe now with a couple days, knowing that he's going to be the green dot, knowing that he's going to have to take over, he'll be a little bit better. But I am nervous about our linebacking room. And the biggest thing that worries me about it is that there's no true answer in sight, right? Like with the running back room, you can go through and kind of toggle through these guys and figure out who's going to work for you. At linebacker, I don't know what the heck is going to happen at all. I really don't. So it does worry me. It does worry me, and we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens there. What's going on, Eric? What's going on, man? I gave y'all some moderator. We handing out wrenches today. We handing out wrenches. What exactly did Michael Clay get a raise for? That's a great question. That is a great question. I will say this. I felt, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong, I felt that our special teams did well game 1. Now, there wasn't many opportunities for them to blow it, but I feel like they did well. So I'm not too upset. Like I said, there's a lot of things that we're going to look at in this first game and be like, that can't continue. But if it happens again today, or tomorrow, I wish it was today. But if it happens again tomorrow, then we got some splaining to do. We got some things we got to fix, man. You know what I'm saying? that's the biggest thing, is it can't continuously happen. That's my biggest thing. Where we at? No choice but to play Swift. Gainwell can't be a feature. He's more complimentary. Look, I won't say he can't be a feature, but it's the number of snaps. It's the number of touches. I don't see him being a guy that gets 25 touches. But when have we really done that? So, we'll see what happens. Last guy I can remember that got like 20 plus touches on a regular basis was Shady, right? And that was a long damn time ago. So I don't know. Benjamin Moore. Yo, shout out to Benjamin Moore, my dog, man. I gotta get it. It's over there. He made a sports journal. Shout out to him. Let me get him a moderator real quick. He made me a sports journal, and I didn't have time to throw up the QR code up here, but tomorrow I'll have a QR code for you guys if you guys want to purchase it. He made a dope sports journal. It has the full Philadelphia Eagles team in it, has a bunch of stats in it, it has planners so that you can take notes during games. Definitely gonna help me out so much this season, and especially during the games where I can take them notes. It's amazing. I can't thank him enough, man. It is beautiful. So tomorrow, be ready for that. I'm going to be showing it off, and I'm going to be giving out that QR code. So definitely go check it out. And if you purchase one, there might be a little surprise in it for you. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. But shout out to my guy Benjamin Moore, man. That was a very, very cool surprise. I really do appreciate it. But what are my thoughts on the O-line performance? I think I was the only one saying this. I'm going to be 100%. And it's no knock to anybody else, no knock to any other content creators. But I think I was the only one here, really knocking the offensive line. Look, we talked about it yesterday. 10 pressures between Lane Johnson and Jordan Mailata. Cam Jurgens can get beat up, and I'll sit here and say he needs to grow, right? He needs to get better. But when your dogs, when your guys that you depend on, that you rely on, are out there getting beat up, that gets nerve-wracking. So Jordan Mailata and Lane Johnson definitely have to step it up, because this is ridiculous. That was not what we want to see, man, and that is not sustainable. If Jalen Hurts is going to progress as an in-the-pocket passer, he needs time, right? He needs time. So you got to give my dog that time, bro. You got to give my dog that time. But thank you again, Benjamin, my guy, man. I really do appreciate it. It is beautiful. Troy, what's going on? What's up, bro? Tomorrow gonna be a good game. Can't wait. Defense gonna have a big game. I agree. I think that and I said this yesterday, definitely go check out the One Bar Luppagus show that I did, man. It was like 15 minutes. Really good time. Those guys are hilarious. Those guys are a blast to be around. But I said it. Look, it has to be a defensive game in my opinion, for us to win. Can our offense go out there and be better than their offense? I do think so, but I still think we're a little rusty. I still think we're trying to get over that rust. I still think, on a short week, you want your defense to be able to win some of these games for you. So I would love to see the defense go out there and just eat. Yeah, defense going to be eating, KJ. I agree. 41-33. What's going on, Smitty? What's going on, brother? I live here in Minnesota. My birds better not let me down. Yeah, I didn't know you lived in Minnesota. Didn't you live in Florida, Taylor? Am I tripping? I thought you lived in Florida, Taylor. Am I tripping? You never lived in Florida. You never lived. Don't tell me I'm crazy now. Don't tell me. I know it's early. I ain't crazy, though. What's the word on the Vikings O-line? Any weaknesses we can take advantage of? So the interior of their offensive line is what they kept on telling me is not good. Again, tomorrow we're going to have One Bar on from the One Bar and Luppagus show. We'll ask him all those questions. It'll be a call-in, so I'll be reading through the comments. If you guys have any questions you want to ask him, more than welcome to. He'll be on here for about 10 to 15 minutes. I'm excited for that. I am excited for that. But yeah, the interior of that offensive line was getting destroyed, and he kept on asking me if any of our interior defensive linemen were hurt, trying to get any type of confidence in that interior offensive line. So that should be where we're able to take advantage of them, is that interior offensive line. Jinx Wolf, what's going on? It's so beautiful seeing people, y'all, some of y'all day ones. Some of y'all are legitimate day ones, and it's so fun seeing y'all here, man. Question, do you think the play calling was so bad because of the rain? I think that there was a lot of things that kind of went into that. Now, I don't think that he has an excuse. And we're going to talk about Brian Johnson, because Brian Johnson did talk. So we're going to talk about what he said. But, I don't think that there's an excuse for him, but I do think that there was a lot of things that happened. Your first game, it is raining. You don't really understand what the defense that the Patriots are throwing at you, because they did something they never done before. Like, you can go through the Bill Belichick tape. You're not going to see that type of defense. They were literally all out blitzing with 3-man deep. Like, they were zone. Usually when you all out blitz, right? And I know a lot of people know this. I'm not trying to sound smarter than anybody, but usually when you blitz, right? When you're all out blitzing, you usually have man-to-man on the back end, right? They were following Devontae Smith, or they were following our trailing wide receiver, our motioning wide receiver, excuse me. They were trailing our motioning receiver. That's what I meant to say. And then they were not playing man. So they were showing man prior to the snap and then just sending all their dogs. So, I mean, there was a lot of things, and he has to get better. He has to get better, and I think that he knows that. So I do think that the rain was part of it, but I don't think that it was really an excuse. I think there's, he just got to be better, man. He has to be better. Eric says it's time for the Eagles to play Swift as a full-time starting running back. Desai has to be more aggressive as a defensive coordinator, and I don't like Brian Johnson at all. Yeah, I'm trying to wait, man. I'm trying to wait on him. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to wait on him. You already know, Benjamin. You already know, bro. Minnesota's interior line looked crazy. I think Jordan and Jalen. They should be able to eat. Vikings defensive back struggling against receivers right now. We should eat. Look, if you look at that Buccaneers game, yes, we should go out there and dominate them. I'm not going to look at that Buccaneers game. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I am not going to judge them off of that Buccaneers game. I just can't. It's not smart to me. It's not. It doesn't make sense to me because we know that they have a very good offense. Justin Jefferson is not looking at that, he's not looking at that Buccaneers game and saying, oh, maybe I can't catch. Maybe I'm not that good, even though he had like $150 in the first half. But you know what I'm saying? They got dogs on that team, and I'm sure that they are itching to bite right now. I am sure that they are pissed off with what happened in Tampa. I keep hearing it from Tampa Bay fans. They don't even know how they won. So, it is what it is. I am not going to look at that game and be like, oh, they suck. We're going to kill them. Nah, we got to go out there and we got to play our game, man. That's it. When he had time to make throws. Yeah, when he had time to make throws, he definitely did his thing. I think that when Jalen Hurts actually had a little bit of time in the pocket, he made big plays, and that's the thing, man. But let me get back to some of these topics I want to talk about. Let me just make sure there's no new people in here. Robert Faulkner, what's going on? Slow-mo, what's going on? Yeah, you used to live in Tampa. Okay, I thought I was going crazy. Wheezy, what's going on, brother? Mike Shockley, new guy in here. We are going to start things off right. Play action bomb to Watkins. I love that. I live in Tampa. So I live in Tampa right now. Basically. I live in Florida. I live around Tampa. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Twist? All right, we're going to get back into some of these. Now, this I wanted to talk about because everybody said I was crazy. Everybody was like, oh, Joe. I said that Mariota was a guy we need to look into trading. And it's because of things like this. Now, obviously, I was not wishing, injury on anybody. Nobody. Especially, not especially Aaron Rodgers, but nobody, right? I don't want anybody to get hurt. But there is news per ML Football. Now, I don't know how real they are. I'm going to be honest. Sometimes they hit, sometimes they miss. But they said that the New York Jets have started to call veteran quarterbacks. The list includes legendary free agents like Carson Wentz and Nick Foles. Why not Marcus Mariota, bro? We'll give you Marcus Mariota for the low. I would love to see Tanner McKee take over that backup job, right? I mean, look, why not? Why not Marcus Mariota? He's a cheap option. Even if he doesn't start, he doesn't break your pockets. I mean, obviously Carson Wentz and Nick Foles probably won't break your pockets either. But do you really trust Carson Wentz? Do you really trust Nick Foles? I don't. I mean, that's pretty obvious. I don't. But would they? I mean, I think the Eagles should call them. You said you heard that they tried Colin Kaepernick. Bro, I heard everybody wants Colin Kaepernick until they got to sign him. I don't know what's going on with Colin Kaepernick. He's never coming back into the league. I just don't think he is. It's unfortunate for him, but I just don't see it happening. But, man, why not? Why not? Why not Marcus Mariota? I think that if the Eagles can get anything like a fifth, a sixth, a seventh, I'll take it. Give us a linebacker. Give us Quincy Williams. I'll take your linebacker. I know that will never happen, but a man can dream, right? A man can dream. But nah, yeah, Eric, I'm in Florida. Throttle back. It's week 1. Let's see what happens tomorrow before we get rid of folks. Who? I mean, Marcus Mariota. He ain't doing nothing for us. I would get rid of him. I would get rid of him. Why everybody telling me shake that it's only 1 week? I ain't going crazy. You know, I ain't too upset. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling y'all what's happening. Patriots tight ends, 8R linebackers alive. They can't cover for Ish. We need to put safety or corner on Hawkinson or he's going to be a problem. Very good point. We got to figure something out. We have to figure something out when it comes to the middle of the field because we just look lost. I don't know what happened, and I don't want to figure it out because I don't want to see it happen again. So, yeah, they need to figure this thing out. Give them Birds 2 or 3 more games, and it's on. Yeah, I think next week, no way. How would Tanner McKee have done against the Patriots defense? How would have Marcus Mariota? I'm good, bro. Like, I think Marcus Mariota is decent, and I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, he's the worst player in the world. But first of all, you never want to see your backup play in the first place, right? I never want to see Mariota play. I never want to see Tanner McKee play this year, right? You want Jalen Hurts to stay healthy the whole season, but I kind of feel better with Tanner McKee, and not just that. If Tanner McKee goes out there for a game or two and he shows off, you have high draft value for him now next year. You can go into next year and possibly get a pretty good, draft pick for him. So that's where I am. Mentally, that's where I am. Why not? Why not let Marcus Mariota walk? I don't know if they still have the same GM and Jets, but Howie and him did have a good relationship. Joe Douglas, I don't know if he's still over there. I believe he still is. But all right, so y'all don't like that. It is what it is. I was hoping y'all would. I was hoping I would finally get y'all on my side. You know what I'm saying? But another thing I want to talk about from the Patriots game, since we're still kind of talking about the Patriots game, there was some pretty cool news, man. The Eagles and the Patriots kind of made history. So the Eagles, and this is per Jeff Kerr, obviously, the Eagles win over the Patriots in the 425 slot was the most watched week 1 national game window in 8 years. It averaged 21.35 million viewers. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. That is pretty darn cool. So people talk a lot about how all these other teams, they pay the bills, they keep the lights on. So, hey, I'm not originally from Philadelphia. Nah, Eric, I'm from Connecticut originally. My girl is from Philadelphia, if that if that counts for anything. But, Craig says, not you, bro. These bandwagon fans are delusional. Now they mad at Hurts. Can't make this ish up. If you mad at Hurts, you just don't watch football. I'm sorry. Like, is there a reason to be like, there's definitely things he needs to be better at. I mean, and I think that you have to say that. You have to say that as a fan. Yes, there's things he has to get better at. There's things that you have to see him improve. And I think that goes from year to year. Look, I'm one of the biggest from everybody. Everybody thinks that I was a big Jalen Hurts hater for some reason. I wasn't. I'm always going to tell the truth. I think that you have to continuously improve. Jalen Hurts did not come into the NFL as a finished product. I don't think he's a finished product yet, and that's the scary thing, right? And that's what I continuously say is that he's doing all this, and I don't think he's even hit his ceiling. I don't even think he's seen his ceiling yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he looks up and sees the ceiling yet. It's a moon roof at this point, right? It's a sunroof at this point because he's only getting better. If you have to rely on Mariota, our season is over. Yeah, I mean, he might be able to go out there and do his thing. I'm not going to sit here and act like he won't, but, I'm not trying to find out. I'm definitely not trying to find out if Mariota is going to be the guy that helps us win games. I don't want to find that out. You from Camden, New Jersey, love Philly. Hey, that's how it goes. Yeah, I mean, for anybody that wants to know, I became an Eagles fan because my whole family is originally from New York. My whole family is originally from New York. I like to argue with my family. One of my first games was the Eagles. Well, my first game was the Eagles versus the Giants. The Eagles won. I loved watching the Eagles. I was mad young, so you know what I'm saying? And just stuck with them. Man. Jason, I don't know if you Eagles fan. All right, he says everyone was hyped for the Eagles. I mean, Hurts was bad, but Belichick's defense. I got it. Are you an Eagles fan, Jason? Before I give you you know what I'm saying? Because I just got to make sure. Some people be coming in here saying some slick stuff. Are you an Eagles fan? I think you are, but I just want to make sure. Of according to Cowboys fans, they already won the Super Bowl week 1. Yeah, 40-0. Call the season over. I think their parade is next week. No one is above criticism. Love Hurts, but he played like ish. Yeah, I mean, you got to be honest. You got to be honest about that. Well, I just raised the volume of the background music. That's why you have a good girl by your side. You know what I'm saying? Because I definitely didn't realize that. Yeah, people mad at Hurts for nothing. I mean, it's a difference between being mad and being critical. I think it's fair to be critical. He is our franchise guy. He got a boatload of money, right? But it's the difference. It's definitely a difference. Oh yeah, I didn't see the Eagles. My bad. All right, my bad, dog. I got you. I'm gonna give you a moderator. My bad, dog. He said, "You see the Eagles, right? You an Eagles fan. You was ready to fight for that. I like it. But no, you're not wrong, man. That Belichick defense was crazy. And it's not even just, they are a lot improved. Don't get me wrong. They have a lot better players, in my opinion. But they also, the scheme that they were running was crazy. And them boys was fast. Again, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, they're the best team. They're the best defense in the league. Watch out, everybody. But they played their butt off. What's going on, PJ? People saying Hurts was bad. Go watch the All-22. The offensive line needs a help. Exactly, Ewing. Exactly. And that's all I was trying to do yesterday, man. That's all I was trying to do. Been with your girl for 9 years now. Hey, we I've been with my girl going on 3 years. We hoping for another, 300. You know what I'm saying? 3 years going on forever. So that's the whole plan. We became fans in the same way. My Dallas fans. Oh, that's hurtful. When we beat them in 92, 31-7, I watched them cry. I've been a fan ever since. I respect it. No matter where you are, Eagles Nation now. Facts. A fact. You already know, Jason. All right, let's get back into this. So, again, there's a couple things I want to talk about. We're going to intersect with a lot of, just me talking to y'all as well. But there is some things I wanted to talk about. And I'll leave that for last, actually. But I want to talk about Brian Johnson, man. Brian Johnson obviously is a guy that needs to, be better. And I think that him taking accountability is huge for not just him, not just the fans being, more confident in him, but for the team. I think the team needed to hear this. I think that him saying this shows me that he was watching what the heck happened, right? Sometimes you see, I think of Jim Schwartz, I think of Jonathan Gannon, that there's really no... And Jim Schwartz, maybe not so much, but Jonathan Gannon especially, there was just no like, oh yeah, that was me. That was on me. I got to be better. We got to correct some things. We got to fix it. So Brian Johnson said when interviewed during his press conference, not really an interview, he said it was too sloppy. Obviously, we got to continue to clean up and make those corrections and put ourselves in position to have some success. I mean, that's all we want, right? That's all we want. That's all Eagles fans want. And I'm glad that he's saying that because it's his first week. It's his first week. I don't want you coming in here with a big head thinking you know everything. I think that he understands he has to continue to learn. He has to continue to grow. And that's all we want. That's all we want from him. So I love seeing this. I love hearing this. And Brian Johnson is going to be a guy that I'm going to be having my eye on very, very close. Very, very closely because, man, I get a little nervous. I get a little nervous when I see that offense and them not utilizing all the weapons that they have. And that's my biggest thing. Utilize every weapon that you have, and then we move on from there, man. And that's it. That's it. I don't know what next week is going to look like. I don't know what Thursday is going to look like. But I know that I want it to look like the offense that we had last year. You still have the same offense that you had last year. And if anything you should be getting better. You know Jalen Hurts, right? And I'm hoping that him knowing Jalen Hurts doesn't mean that he's going to be like, well, let him run. He likes to run. I know him. Just trust me. Nah, this ain't high school. This ain't college. This is the NFL. Be smart and be productive. So I like seeing this, and we'll see what happens from here. Hopefully he continues to kind of hold himself accountable. Who's the 2% in here that said the Vikings? Well, so far we got 45 votes on who wins Thursday. We got 89% now. It's going up. 89% says the Eagles. 4% now says the Vikings, and 7% of you guys are saying it's a toss-up. I want to know who the 4% are. 4%ers. Yep, I already know. I should have known that. I should have knew Rome was in this, man. Rome, you lucky you my dog, bro. You lucky you my dog, bro. Rome, he ain't even ashamed either. He probably created like 5 accounts. He probably created like 5 accounts just to vote. My dog, Rome, man. We got to get you on here soon, man. So what, you got to be from Philly to be a fan? Nah, I hope nobody was saying that, because I'd be kicked out. I'd be kicked out. Pats will be a top 10 defense this year. They were top 10 last year. Yeah, I mean, they should be. They were pretty good last year. They should be this year. I think that they're going to be pretty good this year. I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, they're amazing, because then everybody's going to be like, oh, now they're amazing because you guys barely could beat them. Nah, they played well. I mean, what do you want me to say? It's hard to really say anything bad about them. Rome always showing support. I will say this, man. People talk about trolling, and I probably troll his chat more than he ever trolls mine. He actually does come in here asking questions, so I can't really hate on him. You know what I mean? I love Ro, man. That's like my brother, bro. That's like my cousin that you can't stand, but you got love for him. It's killing me that I still can't find a Kelly Green I want. I think there's a website called Rally House, if I'm not mistaken. Shout out to Rally House, if you guys want to be a sponsor. But yeah, Raleigh House, I think they have a couple Kelly Greens. I was looking at it yesterday because I'm about to purchase one of mine. I want a Jalen Carter jersey. I'm hoping that comes in pretty soon. I can't wait for that. I really can't wait for that. See, look at that. Y'all hit that like button. See, Rome a good dude. He just picked a terrible team, bro. Of course, Craig, I got you on that wrench, bro. Everybody gets a wrench. Even Rome got a wrench. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gets a wrench. If I could trust you, you get a wrench, This game scares me with no Bradbury. Our linebackers already look suspect. This game could be a shootout. I hope it's not a shootout. I hope our defense shows up, man. We really do need our defense to show up because, they played well in the first game, but there was a lot of mistakes. There was a lot of, just a lot of inconsistencies on defense, and I didn't like seeing that. So I definitely want to see them be better. I want to see them get better. We need it to happen. Yeah, YouTube took away 4 or 5 of my subscribers today. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I said something mean. Maybe they're Vikings fans. But yeah, I think I don't know. It was 40 was the last number. I can't remember how many subscribers I had. But 40 was the last number, and now it's 37. So if y'all can subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Share it with a friend. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this morning popping. I love this chat, man. I come up with so many topics, and I barely get through all of them because you guys ask some amazing questions, and you guys say some amazing stuff. So this is always fun. I wake up so tired. Like I told you guys, I work nights. You know what I'm saying? I have a part-time job. I work at other jobs. I do a lot of things. So I usually am mad tired in the morning, but I've been wanting to wake up earlier and force myself. And this show forces me to wake up, on time earlier. Obviously 10 o'clock's not that early, but you know what I mean? I got to wake up earlier, and I love it because you guys give me energy. So I'm good throughout the day. So I love you guys. You guys don't understand how much people have left comments saying, thank you for your time. You have no idea. No idea how much you guys do for me. So, I appreciate you guys. I really do appreciate you guys. So, not to get too, sad, but Rome says you owe me and BGJ an apology, though. We told you all the players' losses would matter and coordinators. It doesn't matter, though. It's one game. If we look bad against the Vikings, then we could talk about that. Player-wise, I don't think it matters. I think that Jalen Carter stepped right in. I think Jalen Carter looked good. I think that, safety, okay, yeah, maybe Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, losing Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, I'll say that. Losing Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, that hurt. That definitely looks like it's hurting. Linebackers, that hurts. You know what? You're right. Some of the players, yeah. Some of the players on defense, yeah. Yeah, you're right. I ain't gonna say I'm sorry, but I'll say you're right. That's about as good as I could get. But the coordinators, I think it's still too early to say. But yeah, definitely linebackers. Losing the linebackers hurt. Losing the safety hurt. Running back, I just don't think we ran the ball enough. So I'm not really gonna say that hurt. Isaac Seumalo. Cam Jurgens didn't look great, but I don't think he looked terrible. So I don't think Cam Jurgens was terrible, bro. I really don't think Cam Jurgens. He said, "Don't fold, Joe." I ain't gonna fold. I'm just saying, like, there are some guys. I would love to have Chauncey Gardner-Johnson back right now. I would not be mad at that. I would like to have those linebackers back. But other than that, I don't think that anybody is terrible. Those two places, I'm forgiving. My bad, bro. There's a lot of comments. We need to get pressure on Cousins. We can't give him all day to throw the ball or he will tear. That's a fact. That's a 100% fact. And not just that, we know that interior offensive line is not that good, right? We know this. This is something we know. So we definitely have to take advantage of that. We can't go into this game resting on our offense being better than their defense. Our defense has to go out there and make some big plays. I believe defense will be better tomorrow night. I agree. I think a lot of you guys were saying yesterday that maybe we were looking ahead a little bit. And I didn't think of that until you guys were saying that. And that might be 100% true. We might have looked a little bit too far ahead when it comes to this last week's game. We weren't really looking at the, Patriots as a good team, which is stupid. But did he really? Cam Jurgens on PFF actually graded as the best lineman, which is sad. That is crazy. That is actually crazy, which it makes, it's crazy, but it does make sense because of all the pressures that Lane Johnson and Mailata gave up. Kelsey, I don't know why he wasn't that high. Jurgens did not look good, man. I got to watch it again. I didn't watch Jurgens intently. I was looking more at the defense. I got to watch the film again, but Jurgens, there was 2 times, okay? This is why I'm saying what I'm saying. There was 2 times that I saw Jurgens just get, bullied. Literally, lifted. He looked like he was 2 pounds, and he just got lifted and thrown to the ground. So I was not happy about that, but I'll watch again. Kelsey said Jurgens has had the best game of all their offensive linemen. I got to watch it again. Maybe I'm a hater. Maybe that's what it is. I guess I have hate on Cam Jurgens. I never knew that. He definitely a center and not a guard, but for now, I think it will work. Yeah, I definitely think it will work. I thought Jurgens looked good. He can move you. You can tell he's smart and knows how to pass off. Yeah, I got to watch it again. Because apparently I'm wrong. I'll admit when I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I got to watch it again. We got to re-sign Hassan ASAP. Yeah, it's going to be expensive too, bro. He's going to want money. He's going to want money. Like that. What was that girl's name from Set It Off? That she's like, I need my money. That's how he gonna be at contract negotiations. He's gonna be like, I need my money. Give me my money. If you want to beat me up, go ahead. Just give me my money. Yeah, he's gonna get paid, bro. Bosa messed the game up, bro. Chris Jones just got a 1-year deal, so maybe we do something like that. We just extend him for a year or 2. But yeah, it's not gonna be cheap. It is not gonna be cheap. Job going to get a heavy dose of Jefferson if Slay not traveling. Yeah. I mean, the Eagles don't usually do that. We don't usually have anybody really travel, so you're probably gonna see Job on Jefferson a lot. Just gotta hope for the best. I think Job is good, man, and I think that we don't miss Sanders, Rome. We don't miss Sanders. But yeah, I think Job is good. I think he's gonna go through his bumps, right? He's gonna have rough patches. Justin Jefferson's one of, if not the best wide receiver in the game. So it's going to be tough. It's a hard assignment for anybody. The fact that, Darius Slay was able to shut him down last year only really furthers my nervousness that Justin Jefferson's going to come into this game with a chip on his shoulder. That's where I think we're going to be. What's going on, Antonio? What's going on? Everybody telling me that, Kelsey. If Kelsey said that Jurgens did great, then Jurgens did great. I'm changing my tone. Sometimes you see a play and a player gets beat. Yeah, no, facts. I could have just saw 1 or 2 plays and based my opinion off that. What's going on, Nathan? Good morning. Good morning. Smitty due after this season too. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of people getting paid. But I mean, we got the money for it. We got the money for it now. So that's why we had to let a lot of people walk last year. 49ers giving Bosa that ridiculous contract is going to make harder to sign Reddick. Yeah, it is. I mean, one thing we might have in our, corners that Reddick wants to be here. Obviously, Nick likes being in San Fran, but this is home for Reddick, right? So it's like, if you can win a Super Bowl with your house or in your house, right? Like, hey, and get paid a good amount of money. I think he'll do it. I think he'll do it. Would I trade a first-round pick for Levante David? Probably not. Probably not a first round pick. Probably not a first round pick. Maybe a second or a third. You know, maybe a combination of picks. My dog's name is Nakobe, and now y'all talking about trading for a linebacker. He's crying. So don't do that to my dog. Nah, I don't think a first round pick, but maybe like a second, a third, something in that wheelhouse. I would love to get a linebacker on this team, though. I really would, because I think he's looking to get paid too. Their linebackers looking to get paid. There's a lot of people saying to pay. There's probably gonna let Quez walk. Most likely. What's going on, Desert Eagle? What's going on, brother? I was thinking that, but I didn't want to jump off the porch with it. Hey, fam, don't forget we have a Discord server. Come join Discord. Yes, sir. Yo, drop that link, and I'll pin it. Definitely join the Discord. I'm about to start get back into that. And speaking of joining stuff, we have, how many people we got? We got 41 people in the building. All right, so check game out. So I told you guys that we are part of a new app, right? I told you guys about the Pro Sports Fan app, PSF app. The link is in the description. If you want to go join, I believe now it's available on Android as well, but I know it's available on Apple. The first 5 people that go there will be the moderators. First 5 people that go there and say, hey, I'm part of Philly, I'll make you a moderator. So you can throw people out. You can do all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? But you can be what they call them power fans, but they're basically just a moderator. You basically run the chat. You help me run the chat. So if you want to do that, if you want, and we do live streams over there. We're going to do a weekly one. We're going to do ones for games. I might do one this Thursday because they have the game tracker, everything. It's really, really cool. So go over there, join, just put like Philly in the chat, and I'll have you guys made into moderators if you want to. If you don't, totally fine too. I'm not going to force anybody, but would love to see a lot of you guys over there. It's a pretty big chat room at this point. I know Smitty, I think he's still in the chat. I know he's in there, so definitely join on up if you'd like to. It's a lot of fun. Just talk 24/7 Eagles. I'm always on there, especially at work, because, can't really be anywhere else at work. You got to do what you can. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is going to be these power rankings. So they came out with the power rankings. Pro Football Talk came out with power rankings. They got us at number 3. I know Cowboys fans are upset that they're at number 6, and I'm not really sure how the Jets are at number 4. I don't know how they went up after losing Aaron Rodgers, but it is what it is. All right, so boom, Discord link. So 2 links for y'all. I usually don't hit y'all with a bunch of links, but 2 links for y'all. Join the Discord and join the PSF app, man. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, I mean, how do y'all feel about this? How do y'all feel about being number 3? We're behind the Dolphins. I mean, that's fair. The 49ers look good. I guess that's fair. I don't know. I'm still not totally sold on Brock Purdy, but that's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm alone there. You know what I'm saying? Chris Scott said there's no way Josh Jobe will be on Justin Jefferson. Slay will travel with Jefferson. Desai said it depends on the circumstance if he travels his quarterbacks. Well, then good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if that's what they want to do, then I don't think you need to, though. If I'm being real, why not? Why not see what Josh Jobe got? Go for a couple reps. Let him get a couple reps. If he looks absolutely terrible, then, you know what I'm saying? Then you make a decision at that point. But I want to see what Jobe got, man. Like, don't run away from challenges. That's my biggest thing. Do not run away from a challenge. Just because it looks like it's going to be hard, don't just run away. I want to see him do it. I want to see what he can do. I want to see how he plays. I want to see if he rises to the occasion. There's a lot of players that were like, dude, he can't do this. There's no way he can do this. And guess what the heck they do? They do it. So, look, I want to see what happens. I say go ahead. The early rankings don't mean squat. I agree. Is this the first morning, Joe? This is the 3rd episode. What episode is this, babe? 3rd or 4th? I think it's the 4th one we've done so far. So we're going to be doing this every morning. Every morning, Nathan. We're doing this every morning. Oh, yeah, Monday through Friday. She's right. My girl always coming in with the save. Yeah, Monday through Friday, and then Saturday we do Best of Enemies. And then Sunday, I watch football. So I might like tweet a bunch on Sundays. I might, talk to y'all here and there, especially on the app. If you go to the PSF app or if you're on Discord, you definitely can talk to me there. We'll do some stuff there. But other than that, Sundays are for the boys. You know what I'm saying? Or for the birds, I should say. Sundays are for the birds. Joe, would you put Ricks in instead of Job? I personally would, but, you know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's just me. I like Eli Ricks. I said that Eli Ricks was one of my top 5 guys coming into the draft, and for him to get undrafted, it was a little bit upsetting. I'm not gonna lie. I think he was a little slept on, but I think that we got a steal in Josh Job and Eli Ricks. So I'm excited to see what Josh Job does. He probably just knows this defense a little bit more. I know that there's a new coordinator, but he understands probably the language between his teammates a little bit more than Eli Ricks does at this point. So, you know, look, I agree with you guys. I just wanted to see if you guys felt any type of way, and I wanted to trigger Rome because I knew Rome was probably going to be in here. So I wanted to trigger Rome. Cowboys, not even top 5. Not even top 5. You know what I'm saying? They put all those points up against the garbage-ass Giants, which I don't know how they're number 14. No idea how they're number 14. I want to see Sydney out there this week. Possible. We have to put how would y'all feel about this? Before I get into the last slide, how would y'all feel about it? I love being 6 keeps us hungry. Uh-oh, y'all hungry dogs now. How would y'all feel if Sydney Brown was the 3rd safety? If we ran out there with 3 safeties, y'all remember in 2017 we did that. How would you feel if it was Terrell Edmonds, because I'm tired of Justin Evans already, but it's probably going to be Justin Evans. Anyway, so let's be real. Justin Evans, Reed Blankenship, and Sydney Brown, and taking off one of those linebackers. I think that makes sense. I think that could make sense. Sydney Brown is a hard-nosed player. I want to see Sydney out there. I wouldn't be mad. We have to put the NFL on notice by beating good teams, not like Dallas beat up all high school teams. Facts. I say run 3 safeties. I want to know what y'all think. Before I move on to the next one, how would y'all feel about 3 safeties? Do we have a player that's that safety linebacker? I think that, why couldn't Sydney do it? I know he's small. I'm not saying run him as a full-time linebacker, but why not? Or even a Kaylee Ringo. I've said that before. Why not put him closer to the line? See what happens. Yeah, 5-1-5. Why not? I mean, we don't got no linebackers, so why not do a 5-1-5 type setup? I don't know. I think it's something to watch. But I do want to say this before we get out of here, guys. These Vikings fans are scared as heck. So like I said, I went on, and yeah, feel free to go over to, again, I'm going to say it, go on over to the One Bar and Lepagus show. Check out the video I did. It's going to be on my Twitter. It's on my community post. Go talk that talk. They not feeling confident. These are all Vikings fans. One guy said, take the Eagles -7 and over. You can thank me on Friday. Another guy said, can you imagine if whoever that guy is actually knew how to draft good players? Eagles 30, Vikes 7. Another person said he got a bold prediction. The Vikings are going to allow less than 25 sacks. Bro, they're scared to score, bro. They're scared to score. Remember that time that they came to Philly and was talking about that whole school, and it turned into Foles. It's going to turn into Hurts. These guys are scared to death. Vikings fans are not confident in this team, and they shouldn't be. Vikings fans are not confident in their team. We should be confident. We should go. Dwayne Quest. I can't say his name, so I'm not even going to try. But I'll say Dwayne. How about that? Yeah, so they're GM. They are scared, bro. They are scared. So I think that the Eagles need to go in there and just dominate this team. They need to go out there and just dominate this team. What's going on, Dank? Name the last good team y'all beat that had a healthy quarterback. The 49ers. The 49ers had a healthy quarterback. We heard them. I mean, wait, next question. Bro, y'all love to like diminish what the Eagles do. See, I was saying all these good things about you, Rome. Now you're gonna come in here and say some stuff like that. It ain't easy being purple. Yeah, purple. It ain't the purple people eaters anymore. I'll tell you that much. So drop your predictions in the comments. I want to see some predictions before we get out of here. And just so y'all know, the final results. I mean, almost final results of the poll. We got 63 votes. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Y'all kill it every single time, and I love doing these. But the results so far are the Eagles with 87%, the Vikings with a grand total of 5%, and 8% of you guys are just saying y'all don't know. Y'all do not know. So far, let's see some of these. Got 34-23 Eagles, 38-24 Eagles, 31-17 Eagles. What's going on? What's going on, Uno? Yeah, DM me, bro. DM me, I'm forgiven. I got you. 35-24 Birds, Twist. All right. What else? We got 28-9, Nathan. Okay. I would not mind some domination like that, especially on the defensive side. I'm going to give y'all my prediction tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't going to do it today. Y'all thought I was going to do it today? No, I just wanted to see y'all prediction. So y'all can help me kind of formulate my own opinion, right? That's how you're supposed to do it. I think Jefferson will go off for a spurt late. Yeah, I think Jefferson's going to get his this week. I think you got to just hope to slow him down. That's really it. How about 38-7, 2017 repeat? I like that. 34-21 Birds. I like that. All right. Well, at the end of the day, Reddick 2 sacks, Carter 1 sack, 31-17. I like that. A lot of people thinking over 30. Yeah, I don't see us clamping JJ like last year. I don't either. I really don't either. I'm hyped as F for Job, though. I am too. But all right, man, we about to get out of here. I appreciate you guys so much. We still got 40 plus people in the chat. Be sure to hit that like 24-17 Birds. Okay, PJ. Okay, we got my nephew on board. That's what I'm talking about. But I appreciate you guys so much. I can't say this enough, man. You guys make this show what it is. You guys are amazing. So y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it's going to be. Go Birds. The Eagles are about to take off. My dog is going absolutely insane, running around more than N'Kobe did all week, all game last time. But it is what it is. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it's going to be. It's going to be fly. Eagles fly. And we are out here. Look at the hat. These are going on sale pretty soon, son. You know what I'm saying? Peace!
Everywhere, this is for you.
Fly, Eagles flying on the team. Touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird game nation, baby. It's a Philly